Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Pup. We are back for week 4 of the PDD Draft League. If you guys didn't check out week 3, go do it because it was a great game. I won't spoil it, but this week we are taking on KJ, who is a great battler. They are in the YPA with me. All their socials will be in the description, along with the other coaches in the PDD, but we have our work cut out for us in this matchup, but it's going to be a super fun time, and I'm really excited for this battle. KJ has a really top-heavy team. They just made a couple transactions to make it level out a little bit, but with Great Tusk, Ogerpon, Zapdos, Cinderace, Metagross, Terra Sinistra, Terra Alcremie, you see they really want to bring those top 6 threats, but they do have the stuff like Dunsparce, they have Skuntank and Tatsugiri now, which are all bringable in certain matchups. Don't really expect maybe any of them, potentially Dunsparce to come versus me, but they're always more threats, which makes their team a lot better than it was before this week. The real story here, though, is those 2 Terra captains. Terra Alcremie can easily 6-0 sweep just with Calm Mind, Stored Power sort of stuff. Has Iron Defense as well. And the same deal with the Sinistra. Can't really hit it if they're Terra Steel because they are, resistant to fire anyways with the Heat Proof ability. And their other 2 Terras are great as well into my team. Great Tusk is a threat because it can run Booster Energy Speed or Booster Energy Attack and be able to destroy me. Or it can run a really nice defensive set, which looks pretty solid into me. They also have the Ogerpon that can Sword Stance up and has a really good speed tier. If they get one Trailblaze up, they outrun my entire team and can absolutely destroy everything. Zapdos is a great defensive check into most of the stuff on my team, so I have to be really careful how to get around that and make sure I chip it down for a Greninja endgame. We're going to start off with Kyurem in this matchup. Every single Pokemon except for Alcremie and Dunsparce is weak to this mon with Freeze Dry and Earth Power. Draco Meteor is there if we just need a nuke, but we're also Blunder Policy Blizzard, which is going to be super fun. If we end up getting that speed boost, then we are going to be faster than their entire team and most Scarfers on their team as well, while being able to do a ton of damage with Blizzard, or not even getting that punished for a Draco Meteor miss. In the scenario where there's no Dunsparce or Alcremie, this mon can absolutely sweep if we get that +2 speed boost, or it chips down their team so much that it makes it super easy to clean up with Greninja in the back. Next up is another sweeper, going to be Minior. So this guy, he can really take out most of their team. What I really want to use him for is to bait out something like that Great Tusk, bait out the Zapdos, and do a lot of damage to them, get them really chipped down. Zapdos is obviously annoying because it can roost off the damage, but nothing else on their team really wants to take on this mon besides a potential Dunsparce, and we do a ton of damage. It also punishes Terra Steel on either Alcremie or the Sinistra, and they can't do too much to me because I can't be statused by Gacha, which is really nice to start this out. I really want to use this as an early game breaker to set the stage for something like Greninja, like I've said with the Kyurem. Here is the fabled Greninja set. We are Life Orb with the Battle Bond. Surf, Sludge Wave, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam is very, very good into their whole team. Once we get that Battle Bond off, we absolutely sweep them, and they don't have any good priority versus me, so they only have Sucker Punch and Bullet Punch, which are both resisted, which is really nice. Before the Battle Bomb boost, we outspeed their entire team, barring Scarfers or Booster Energy on the Great Tusk, and we do a ton of damage, especially if they want to Terra Fairy with Sinistro. We can take them out with Sludge Wave. If not, we do have that Surf, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam coverage into the rest of their team that's really solid. If I do see the Dunsparce or the Skuntank on their team, I think they're going to run specially defensive on those, so I really want to take them out before Greninja can do too much damage into their team. We also need just a little bit of chip on Zapdos to make sure we're able to kill it with Ice Beam before Battle Bond, but afterwards, we can one-shot it from full. Next up is our WinCon Clefable. This Pokemon can Encore Sinistra, not the Alcremie because of their Aroma Veil ability. We can Encore Sinistra into Calm Mind, we can Cosmic Power beside it and click Moonblast versus most of their team, scare out everything that wants to try to set up. And once we're at +6 defenses, then we absolutely go ham. The unfortunate part is if they are Terra Steel Sinistra, we cannot take them out with taking out the Metagross as well because they resist Moonblast. Thought about bringing the Stored Power, but Skuntank is actually kind of a threat to this Pokemon, so I figured that we had to run this set. We have a decent amount of speed in this thing to be able to outrun a no-speed Sinistra to be able to get those Encores off, but if they are fast, then it is very scary for me, and they can definitely beat me 1v1 if they're clicking Calm Minds, even if I Encore them into it, because although I'm unaware, I can't really kill them. The Moonblast doesn't do enough damage if they are going to be that Terra Steel. We have a physically defensive Serena here. That's a great check to the Ogre Pawn, great check to the Great Tusk and the Metagross. Having Queenly Majesty so they can't click Bullet Punch and we can get a free switch. We can Rapid Spin any hazards that they might want to set while you turning out, knocking off items, and getting those synthesis off so we can stay healthy. Just a really solid Mon in the matchup. Obviously doesn't help us very much against like Cinderace, Zapdos, Sinistcha, those setup threats, but everything else is really threatening on their team as well. So I need to be prepared, especially for a Great Tusk that I think is going to come pretty offensive and try to blow me up. And last but not least is going to be Lucario. We are protective pads just so we can't get static by that Zapdos. I could also see Rocky Helmet coming on like Metagross, onto Dunsparce, on pretty much everything on their team can really run it, and I don't want to get punished by that. But we're Sword Stance, E-Speed with Terra Normal. I also have Close Combat, which is a very, very free hit into their team if they are that Terra Steel on the Sinistcha. So that's why I don't mind it too much. And then we have Meteor Mash, which can potentially raise our attack while doing some damage. So it's a free hit. But we are just adamant, balls to the walls with this Lucario. Going to be able to click some buttons. The Zapdos, if they are not Heat Wave, we can live a hit from it. Potentially Sword Stance, E-Speed to get enough damage for that Greninja to pop off in the end game. And that's really the plan here. So like I said, that's it for us. Hopefully we can bounce back this week and take out KJ, who's a great battler. Like I said earlier, check them out. Socials will be in the description. But yeah, see you guys in the battle. All right, we're connected here to KJ. Let's see what they brought. They did bring the Dun. No Alcremie is nice, so their Terra Captain has got to be the Sinistcha, which makes me feel pretty good about my choice in Encore on Clef. Skuntank is a little bit interesting though. Did not expect that Mon to come. Yeah, just a little bit deeper than I thought. I thought they would just bring, their top couple. And I'm totally fine with this. I actually feel like this is pretty good. I did kind of expect all that priority to want to come though. So, I mean, it makes sense. Let me just pop this into my calcs really quick. But Kyurem looks great in this game. It always was going to look great in this game. And we're Blunder Policy Blizzard, which I think is super fun. I think Clef could look really good. Battle Bond Gren is super fun. And even Lucario, like, once that Sinistcha Terra, especially if they're Steel, we really just click Close Combat versus their team since we have the pads. So what do I want to lead with here? Potentially, we are going to see the Metagross lead, so I think I want to go Serena first. I feel like this is a fine lead. We're Rocky Helmet. Even if they want to lead something like Zapdos, I think we're fine to just, try and knock that thing off. Good luck, have fun too, KJ. We are going to have a great battle here today. And yeah, pretty interesting team that they brought. I cannot say that I expected all of those Pokemon on their side. But yeah, let's see what's going to happen up here. I'm pretty excited for this one, as they do just straight up lead with a Dun. That makes sense. We can just get a nice clean knockoff on this Mon if we would really like to. I think that might be our best course of action, my bad. Yeah, so we can either knock this off, or we could U-turn out. Let's see. Against a Dun, I'm expecting this thing to be, like, very specially defensive, if I'm going to be honest. So maybe knocking off a potential leftovers would be nice. We could U-turn out and always go for an Encore with Clef in the back. So we're just going to knock it off. We do show to be faster, and we knock off a Chople. And they're just going to straight up Ice Beam me turn one. Okay. Ice Beam did about 115-ish. Interesting. Okay. That is no investment, so, fair enough. I think this shows that they're like max HP with Spadef in there. So I think we might just go hard out to Clef here, kind of suss out what they want to do. And we can always Cosmic Power in their face. We can Encore them as well. So I think that's what we're going to do here. It shouldn't be able to do too much to me, even with like a Boom Burst. And if they Calm Mind, we can Encore them, as they just Stealth Rock. So we can also Encore this if I want to. I don't know if I really want to, because I could just click Cosmic Power off the bat here. Man, it's really like up in the air. Do I want to click Encore? I think here I'm just gonna Cosmic. No, I'm gonna Encore. I'm gonna Encore this turn. If they want to switch out, that's fine. As they do. Oh well. They probably just go hard Metagross. No, they go Skunk Tank. Alright, yeah, bad play for me right there. But this thing absolutely can go crazy versus me. I think we might just go hard Lucario, though. And Lucario with Close Combat does a million to this Pokemon. I could even go into something like Minior, who in the Meteor form actually like would take any one hit from them and be able to, you know, fire off an Earthquake. Which actually is really not too bad. I think we're gonna go hard Minior, especially since those rocks are up right now. We're just gonna go hard into it. You know, this Mon isn't so good in this game with the Skunk Tank having Sucker Punch with the Metagross being around, obviously. We're gonna get that shield, see what they want to do. As they are just gonna taunt. Totally fine with that. We are going to be very slow at this point, but one attack from them should bring us down into our, you know, our core form. And then an Earthquake does a ton to this thing. They actually don't have a great switch in because we are Stone Edge on this Mon. So I'm just going to click Earthquake versus them, as they're just going to knock me off. Oof, huge crit. That's unfortunate. But we've seen knockoff taunt on their set. And we do a ton of damage to them. And we're going to be faster here, but because of the crit, like, we can't even do anything. So they're just going to click Sucker here. I will Stone Edge just in case, but they're going to Sucker. Oh, no, they don't. All right. We're just going to knock off the Skunk Tank. Knock that thing out real quick. Totally fine with that. Shake off the taunt, which is fun. If they want to go Metagross, then I think I'm going to preserve this thing as a sack and go Serena. Because we are, you know, we can obviously spin away the rocks, so we could have this thing in the back. It is decently fast. Obviously not the fastest thing on the field, but pretty decent versus their team. And it's just, you know, a solid attacker. So they go Dodun. Okay. So they bring out that Dudunsparce, which I can just click EQ on. I feel perfectly fine doing that. They must not have the Bullet Punch in the back. I guess Stone Edge is a little bit better. It does a lot of damage to this thing, so I'm just going to click it. We do hit. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to bring him well below half, as they're just going to Ice Beam me. Knocks out my Minior, but that's fine. That is totally fine. And like I said before, it does look like it's max Spadef. But I think I could drop a Draco on this thing if we wanted, or I can just go Lucario, who pretty much gets a free kill with Close Combat. I mean, not really, into the Zapdos. That's very defensive, but I could click Swords Dance. And they don't have a great option against that. You know what? I will go Lucario. And it's like, do I want to click it here? Or not? Do I want to click CC, or do I want to just go for the hard Swords Dance? It's a tough call here. It really is. I wish it was not so tough. I think we're just gonna Close Combat straight into them. They should bring out Zapdos, but we'll do a decent chunk. Okay, I'm really glad that I didn't Swords Dance, because they just let the Dudunsparce go down, which we love to see. We absolutely love to see that. And they probably just go out to the Zap now, which is fine. I really don't want to give them initiative with the Volt Switch, but I think I'm going to have to. So they do go out. But I can't really risk, like, Heat Wave. So they have Great Tusk, Sinistra, and the Metagross that are completely full. Volt Switch into Serena would be fine. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but I think we might just go... I don't know, we're in a tough spot here. We are definitely in a tough spot. Or we kind of need Serena to come in and get a Synthesis off to be able to deal with that Metagross that's in the back. I mean, we could go hard Kyurem. But with the rocks up, it kind of puts me in a tough position. But we could just click buttons versus them. We really could. If they want to click something like Heat Wave versus me, that's fine. I think I might just make that aggressive Kyurem here. I think it's my only real play. Obviously, this Mon is incredibly good against what they have, but that's alright. Just gonna make that really aggressive pivot. As they just discharge, please no para, man. Ah. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. They are 0 Spatak. We're just going to go for a Blizzard here. Potentially get my, my whatever it's called, my Blunder Policy off. But yeah, that is very, very tough. As they are U-turn. Okay, they're not Volt Switch. They're Discharge and U-turn. Should have gone Serena, but, you know, that thing getting parried as well would have been tough. So, you know. Let's see Metagross here. We're gonna land the Blizzard. Doesn't do too much. No freeze as well. Being paralyzed, we definitely get outsped by this thing. We might be able to click Earth Power into them, but I'm kind of worried about them being Weakness Policy coming out versus me like that. We are unaware Clef in the back, right? We are unaware Clef. So if they're max attack like Heavy Slam or Meteor Mash versus Clef, they do knock me out. Okay. I honestly think my best play might just be to go for another Blizzard. I think I'm going to go for that. As their Brick Break. Interesting, they bring me down to 5. So it did 205. And we miss. Okay, we're going to get that Blunder Policy off. Paralyzed, but +2. Brick Break. Yeah, if they're max attack, that was like the lowest roll they could possibly get. At this point, I do feel fine going for Earth Power because I didn't see an agility come out from them there. So we're just going to go for it. They are Bullet Punch. Interesting that they didn't come in on Minior earlier for that. They're going to take out Kyurem. And we're just going to go out to Serena, who should be able to eat one hit. It's going to be really close after Rocks. Like if we would eat a 120 base power Heavy Slam, but I think we should. It's a roll. It's a roll in our favor. But I'm just going to click Synthesis this turn. If they do Heavy Slam me, they're going to take some Rocky Helmet chip. We could have also just spun away the rocks here, but I don't think they impact the rest of my team too much. I think I'm fine. Yeah, but in this endgame, I am regretting being Terra Normal E-Speed. Because they do withdraw. Okay, that's nice. Probably have to zap. No, they go Sinistcha. That's fine. As we're just going to Synthesis up to full. And a big knockoff could come their way. I don't know if they're going to be Terra Steel or Terra Fairy here. So I think I'm actually just going to click U-turn. We are underspeeding them because we're relaxed. So if they want to go for a Calm Mind, then we're fine. As they are Scald. That's interesting. No burn is great. Yeah, we'll definitely take that. And what can we do? Okay, that Scald did 36. Scald? That's so weird. That is 0 Spatak, so probably set up. Greninja should be able to take him out with Life Orb Dark Pulse, I would think. So I think we might just go straight out to it. It's really good in the end of this game. So we're going to threaten them. I'm gonna make them Terra here because I feel like they have to. And then we're gonna go out to Clefable. We're gonna pull this double. Just force that Terra so we get to see if it's gonna be Steel, if it's gonna be Fairy. What's their other Terra type? It's Water, which I guess they could be, but I don't really see it in this game. They also could just be Colbert, as they do Terra. Okay. Yeah, we baited it out there. And we'll see what they go for here. It is Terra Steel. Okay. That is the most unfortunate because Clef like doesn't do too hot against them now. Let's see, Calm Mind? No, they just Machagacha. It's totally fine. Oh my goodness, that is a ton of damage. Yeah, we get the lefties back. And I think at this point we're just going to click Cosmic Power. I don't think that they're going to be Terra Blast on this set. I think they're... Oh, they're fast. They're really fast. I figured I was going to be able to outspeed them. I guess I don't have that much speed. Yeah, I guess they just have any speed investment. Oh well. But we're +1 defense, +1 special defense. We should be able to live this Machagacha every time and just click Moonlight, as they do withdraw. Lucky for us to not get burned on either of those. They're just going to go out to Metagross. And a Heavy Slam here might just take me out. It'll do a lot. And we should actually live. If they're max attack Heavy Slam, it's... yeah, we should live this. You know, if we get to +2 defense, I'm not sure if we're even going to be able to get in that conversation. But, you know, I'm just going to go for it, because I might as well. We're going to be +2 here. Let's see what they were going for. As their Meteor Mash brought me down to 178. No attack raise is great. I might just go for a third one, if I'm gonna be honest. They won't be doing anything after that. I think we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go +3/+3. This is a scary game to be playing in front of this thing, though. As you guys all know. Man, that just does too much. No boost again is great. Bullet Punch does not take me out ever from this range. We're just gonna Moonlight here. And hopefully eventually we'll just be able to get up to +6 into a spot where they won't be able to, you know, boost past us. So they miss a Meteor Mash. I'm sorry about that, fam. It's just the game we play, though. Unfortunately for you. Yeah, very, very tough. But yeah, I think we just go to +4 here. Definitely got kind of lucky in this so far versus them, but we'll see how lucky I actually get. So they do 114. Yeah, that's looking like it's just max attack Adamant. But if this thing is leftovers, then we're in for one. You know, it's going to be a while. We're going to Cosmic Power up a 5th time. Let's see. Maybe I should have been counting the Meteor Mashes. Oh, I guess the attack raises never matter because we're unaware in this. So that never matters at all. They're just hoping for a crit. So we're going to Moonlight. And then I think we're just going to start Moonblasting. So they're going to go for another one. Alright. And obviously we are doing 0 damage with Moonblast. If they're not leftovers, then we should be okay. But if they are, it's kind of tough. Alright, let's see. Just get this Moonblast off. It does 0.
as they're going to Meteor Mash, miss a second one. Man, I feel bad. I'm sorry, KJ. Damn. Yeah, unfortunate, but they're probably going to get the crit eventually, as they are not leftovers. That's great. But we're doing like no damage. This thing could easily be assault vested. And I'm just like not paying that great attention to it. But I don't know. It could be, it could not be. Yeah, we'll Moonblast one more time and then we'll Moonlight. Get him down to around 50%. So they're gonna Meteor Mash. Yeah, I mean, that's doing a lot. I think we actually are gonna set up a 6th Cosmic Power here, just so we don't have to waste more Moonlights. And like, if we get crit, we get crit. Like, it is what it is. We already brought this thing down super low. Meteor Mash should be doing about 90 to me. Yeah, maybe a little bit less with a lower roll. So they get the attack raise, it's not gonna matter, because we are unaware. They can't kill me from this range. We just Moonlight anyways, because we don't want to bring it into like Bullet Punch range. They hit one more. We're chilling. They're just really hoping for a crit. We're obviously unaware. A burn would have been really nice for them, but I think it was really the same. Like, the same thing was happening here, no matter what. Yeah, we are just doing no sorts of damage. But we're getting it into a good range where, you know, we can take it out with, you know, one close combat from Lucario. We can take it out with a Dark Pulse or a potential Surf from Gren. Just get another Moonblast off. Man, it's gonna take too many more of those to kill. I'm surprised they've only gotten 1 attack boost and 2 misses so far. No crits. I mean, I know I'm just like speaking it into existence, but at this point, if it happens, it happens. Also, like, how many do they have? You know, how many Meteor Mashes can they have? They've got to be just about out. Like, I don't know, I'm actually so curious. Meteor Mash. Meteor Mash only has 16 PP. That thing's got to be, like, gone. Maybe we'll see it here. They go for something else. We'll see. Now, if they Meteor Mash and they miss a 3rd one. So they've missed 3. I've Cosmic Powered, like, 6 times. Like, they have to be pretty much out. I've Moonblasted 6 times. I've Moonlighted 5 times. Like, they have to have, like, no more. They still have more. That's crazy. That's absolutely wild. There's no way that they have any more, though, right? There's absolutely no way. Right? I'm gonna Moonlight here just to be safe. As they, yeah, they're Bullet Punch. Okay. Okay, we're done with that. We don't have to deal with that. We get the Moonlight, so we're at pretty much full. After lefties, we're gonna be at full. We should be able to knock it out with the Moonblast here. And I think Clefable's gonna seal it. I mean, who knows? We might not even have enough Moonblast to beat their Sinistcha because they're Terra Steel. But we do have Encore versus that thing, so... And of course they live. We're gonna be able to be very annoying for that Sinistcha, though. So I think once they bring out the Sinistcha, no matter what, I'm just clicking Encore. Because if they want to Calm Mind up... I mean, it's still a scary game. Yeah, I mean... Sinistcha, because they're faster than me, like, they can get to +6 with Calm Minds, like, with relative ease. I'm curious, like, Lucario does so much. I think I might just go hard Lucario. I literally think that I'm just gonna sacrifice all these boosts and go hard Lucario and close combat. I think that that's actually my play. Because this thing is going to be able to Calm Mind. It's faster than me. At some point, I did have the speed to outrun a max speed Sinistcha, but I since dropped that. As they're Machigacha, they're not even set up. Wow, and they're going to burn me too, aren't they? No, they're not. Alright, it is what it is. We're just going to click CC versus them. They should probably go Zapdos. I guess I threw the game by doing that. But it is what it is. And Sinistcha's gonna just about die to this thing. They probably just click Machigacha one more time. No, they click Scald. Whew. Barely live. Do get burned. Is the burn gonna take me out? Probably. No. And it won't even take me out next turn, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We're just gonna click Close Combat. They should go Zapdos here every time. They definitely should. Man, I cannot believe Sinistcha was not Calm Mind. I mean, maybe they're Assault Vest. Maybe seeing Scald like should scream to me that they're going to be AV. I don't know, but if they go into these Zapdos now, then they're super weak to Gren in this endgame. And if they let me take this thing, they're also super weak to Gren. But we get a nice free hit off on something. So we'll see what they want to do. We can potentially still set up with the Clef. But I figured they might be Calm Mind. I guess they should have gone out to it earlier, but I didn't want to get beat by it. So that's why I felt like I had to make that hard Lucario play. Yeah, as they do go out to the Zapdos. Alright, they're going to take a little bit of damage. We'll die to the next one, but we get to get a little bit of a gauge on their speed, if they're going to be speedy or not here. As we're just going to be able to click Close Combat one more time. They might want to roost it off, as they are speedy. Okay. They have a good amount of speed. They have to have, you know, over 100 EVs into speed. Yeah, we'll actually take that, you know. It makes them potentially less bulky. Let's see, how much does my Greninja do? Not quite enough. So I think I might go Clef here on the Zapdos. And I can just go for more Cosmic Powers. We can also just Moonblast. And if I Moonblast, it puts it into range. Yeah, let's Moonblast once here. As they're gonna discharge. And it does a good chunk. Yeah, so we're gonna get them pretty low. And I think the play here... still a little bit up in the air. We're gonna click Encore here. Because if they discharge, we can lock them into that. If they roost, we lock them into that. As their Hurricane, okay. That's fine, we're gonna lock them. Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. Come on, just hit through, hit through. Okay, good. Locked into Encore, or locked into Hurricane. Which is great, because I think Gren with a Battle Bond can do it here. I'm just worried about like a booster speed Great Tusk, or potentially like some sort of Assault Vest Great Tusk. But at +1 with Surf, even like through Pasho, I think we would be fine. We're just gonna Moonblast. Hopefully they hit. Okay, they do. They take out Clef, who could have just won the game on the spot, so hopefully I didn't really throw that. But we're just gonna go Gren here. And yeah, that Great Tusk in the back, as long as they let me have a kill here, which I should have with Surf, right? Even if they're specially defensive, I guess I just click Ice Beam. It doesn't even matter. We click Ice Beam no matter what. But once I get the Battle Bomb boost, then I'm fine. I think this should be perfectly fine. Hoping. They're gonna withdraw, so if this is Great Tusk, then I guess there's potential for them. It is that Great Tusk, so if they're like Booster Speed or Choice Scarf, we're gonna have to respect it. They are Booster. Booster Speed, okay. And they barely live. We're gonna be Life Orb here. We're gonna go hard Serena. We're Rocky Helmet. So close combat should be able to take this thing out, and I think Gren will be fine. We go hard Rocky Helmet on this thing. Booster Speed, good bring. We're gonna take some rocks here, as they do just CC. It's gonna do a ton. I guess we're in a tough spot versus Zapdos. Because if they click Roost, they're gonna get all their health back. So it's really just like that 50-50 game. Versus my Serena here. I mean, they obviously knock me out. I just need any sort of chip on them. Man, this is tough. This is really tough. I'm gonna go for the knock here. If they knock me out, then we win. And if they Roost, then I probably should have clicked U-turn. I don't know. As they do Roost. Okay, Ice Beam does a lot to this thing. I don't know how bulky they're able to be. So they're gonna get the static. That's so frustrating. No more boots. I think I just spam knock until I die. Yeah, our win con in this game might now be a freeze. Because of that, that's unfortunate. As they're just gonna spam Roost. We get another knock, get some chip. So depending on their investment, Ice Beam might be able to knock them out, but I don't think so. Dang it, man. Okay, they get a miss. That's nice. So if I U-turned here, I probably just would have won. So you get big damage there. I think I'm gonna U-turn this turn. As they just Roost. We're gonna get some damage off there. Yeah, I should have played it better with Clef. I should have known that they weren't gonna be Calm Mind. We get to go Gren here. It's not looking like it's in range to this Ice Beam. So it's either go for Ice Beam or go for the flinch with Dark Pulse. Would a Dark Pulse crit also kill? If they're like max HP, probably not. It just does the same amount as Ice Beam. So we're gonna go for Ice Beam. Come on. Crit freeze as they just live. Hang on with a thread. And they discharge. Yeah, they're gonna take it. Oh man, I threw so hard. Man. Clef would have just won this game. But instead, man. But instead I threw. Their play is to just Roost. Yep. I just have to hope they miss every single Hurricane as we get parried. Yeah. I mean, we got somewhat lucky in this game. I don't think any of that really mattered. So they do miss a Hurricane. So, I mean, that matters. So they're down to 50%. Serena's paralyzed, but +1. No rocks. I don't know. Let me just go for Synthesis here, as they're going to Hurricane and hit it. Good game to my opponent there. Man, Booster speed on the Great Tusk. If we just had Water Shuriken, we would have won the game too, because we would have got the Battle Bond and would have been able to knock this thing out. Really kicking myself this one, because I should have won it. But yeah, good game to my opponent. Check them out in the description. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and sub. See you guys in the next one. Peace.